Lizzo asked me to come on, and I was trying to give her a little lessons, but
you know what? You should do an intro, like an intro.
Oh no!
Hold on,
Lord,
it ain't been played in a while, but you know what? I know what's up. I break this thing down. Hey.
I haven't played in a while.
I haven't played in like 30 years, but it's like riding a bike. It comes back. It comes right back. I will play that clarinet. I would get down with
clarinet in middle school too, Sean. I used to play it.
Did you?
I loved it. In middle school. Yep.
I did the clarinet and saxophone, right? And this is how bad I was, right? Because I was a cheerleader too. So what would happen? I would cheer at the football games. Then halftime come, put on my band outfit and march. Yeah. And do that and come back and be a cheerleader. Boo-boo. Yeah, I was, I'm something special in these parts.
You are something special.
Something special. All right now.
All right, we're about to start recording. Here we go.
We on the tube.
Yeah, we're on the tube.
I ain't checking my teeth yet. We on tube.
You was playing a clarinet.
Should be good.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Juice box ready. Juice boxes are ready. We are ready. We are ready. Juice boxes on deck. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. Shouts to Urban Media today. We got a live one today. We got a live one today. We got Mahogany Jackson joining us today. Some of you may know her. You may have caught her Zumba classes. She don't play. She does not play, and I'm feeling and loving her energy. She has something special to share with us for the third segment, but she's gonna check in with us to just catch up on hot topics. But first things first, I'm your radio chick Kiki Brown. Who you are?
And I am the chatter chick LaShawn.
And I'm y'all millennial chick Jerry Tipton
with the ponytail. She got the ponytail.
The ponytail, Jerry. What?
Call me ponytail Jerry.
She ain't got no follicle enhancements today, honey. That's all her.
Yeah, scratch her hair.
Show that leg. Let me see the side.
Come on, she got length. She scratches her head and it stays in place. It all doesn't move when she scratches.
Mahogany Jackson joins us. We're going to give her a chick name at the end of the show. That's how we do it. And so Mahogany, we're going to learn a little bit more about you, but first things first, let's check in and catch up on some hot topics. I hate to switch gears, but it's something that everybody's talking about. Ladies, I did not put this on the prep, but just know that we're going to catch up real quick on the Derek Chauvin, George Floyd trial, which is happening right now. It was hard for me to watch, and you all could chime in a little later, but witnesses have taken the stand to testify about what they saw the night George Floyd was killed. Pretty much. That's just how I took it. Bystanders, store clerks, 911 dispatchers, an off-duty paramedic, an MMA fighter, people who children took the stand to talk about what it was that they saw. And of course, the defense is saying that it was not former officer Derek Chauvin who killed George Floyd, but it was some other things that played a part. But it ain't looking like that, bruh.
No, it's not.
So who watched it and what are your thoughts? Millennial chick, what you got?
So it was hard for me to watch. My mom has been watching it. I saw like clips and snippets of it. And one of the clips that I had seen was a Black man who took the stand and they tried to pose him as angry. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, the MMA fighter.
That was okay. That's who it was. I didn't know who his title was.
He was a whole mood. He was a whole mood.
Oh yeah. And I said he's giving it to that lawyer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he
that's
was like,
if
that's what you saw, right? If that's what you saw, then that's what happened.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. And when the lawyer said you can agree that you were angry, he was like, "No, I was professional." I said, "There you go." you got to give it right back to him. But it was hard, and it really hard. And I remember them before saying how, he died. First, they tried to say he had COVID, and then he had drugs in his system, and then other health issues. And now they're trying to bring it up as a defense. And that really bothers me, because we all know that's not true. He was fine. Even if that was the case, you know what I mean? He was moving and breathing and walking just fine
the
before.
likelihood of him surviving the very next day would
Exactly.
have been 100%. If,
Absolutely.
If that did not happen, and that's just it.
Yep,
right.
You're right.
So now they're going to attack his character, and his character isn't on the stand, but that's what they do. And
that's what they do.
Yeah, I can't watch those kind of things because I get I have to watch afterwards, or I'll listen to podcasts, or I see snippets because I feel too deeply about it, and then I'm angry and I'm frustrated, and that's not going to help move the conversation forward, move the change forward. So I just sit back and I wait. So I can process my feelings. Or I'm just, I'll come to work and, blow up.
Mm-hmm. Right. I agree. I'm with you on that. It's so hard because, like you said, I'll get into my feelings. I'll start getting mad, and then I'll probably cry. You know what I mean? This was huge. Like when, he got killed. I mean, they said this was, I remember we talked about on our show, this was the biggest protest they've had. There was protests in every part of the world, and even in different countries. You know what I mean? Everyone's seen it. And then the person who recorded the killing was a minor, and it took her a while to come out. You know what I mean?
That's
like
dramatic.
She was scared. It was a lot for her. So, I just hope, I pray to God at the end there is justice for him. I really, really do. And just like you, I'm not going to watch it because it's too much for me right now. I'll wait until the aftermath and stuff. So,
Sean, I keep on jumping in, and excuse me. I apologize, but I hopefully, I was young, very, very young, and my parents didn't let me watch it. But if the outcome turns in a way that is just not fair or right, I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the country.
Right.
Because this is not, there's no games now. There's no games. We're in a different place than 94?
With Rodney King?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I haven't really watched either, because just like you, Mahogany and Jerry and Kiki, I feel some kind of way about it. And plus, it's been going on during work, and I've been really busy. And when I come home, I can't go to sleep with that.
Right.
And because, all the lies that they tell, the attorneys and stuff, it just makes me so mad. It's like, okay, so that was in his system. Hell, we can walk out this door and see plenty of crackheads that, or on different stuff or on different drugs and just go about whatever. They fall out. Give them a little Narcan and come back.
Hold on.
If you want somebody's neck,
you could go anywhere and see. And I'm not trying to shed light or make a joke out of this, but if you're in Baltimore and you know this, girl, Marin formerly is checking in on YouTube. If you go through Baltimore, if you see any heroin addict on the corner, them Jones is so high, they're leaning so far, so close to the ground. They don't fall.
Yeah, they don't fall.
They're gonna get back up. They're gonna get back up.
Maybe this close.
That they still got it together. They gonna lean all the way. They're gonna be this close to the ground. And then, let me get
that Michael Jackson move. Remember that smooth operator? He's like, yo, did he just do that?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to make fun. I'm just saying, you can't tell me that you're
was the
thinking
cause of
that
his death.
No.
That knee on that neck?
You can't. The kids have died playing the chokehold, a wrestling move, the sleeper. And I think it was a young boy that killed a little girl a couple years ago that happened. You're obstructing the airway. Right. And I understand the attorneys are doing their job. They're supposed, if that's his attorney, he's supposed to do it. I guess he's getting paid to do that. That's what he's doing. So, I mean, good luck to you, bro. But there's no way you're going to find that. That's what, come on. You can't,
and
you can't do that.
Did his autopsy say it was homicide? Is that what it was?
I can't remember. I don't want to say it was, but
I think it was. I think it was homicide. And then that's when they decided to put him charge him, if I'm not mistaken. You know, because that's when at first they were saying, oh, he had COVID, he was on drugs, underlying health conditions, but then the autopsy came back, and I believe they did say it was from asphyxiation or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was homicide. Yeah. So
no telling how long this case is going to go, but I think that this is definitely hopefully people will see it and understand everybody's role in this, as a bystander, as a victim, as a police, like everybody. There's a lesson somewhere in this. Right. Whatever this is, God wants us to pay attention to something. This is a lesson. I'm not sure what it is. So take with it as you will, and pray on it, and pray for your family, and have conversation with your families. You know, like, listen, this is somebody lost their life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a serious issue. So another serious issue is domestic violence. And although this situation happened a year ago, according to reports, surveillance video had surfaced of a now broken up couple, Saweetie and Migos. I have not paid attention to these people since. I don't even know why I'm talking about them today, but
I was thinking the same thing.
I've never talked to, I don't even know where they came from, but it was reported that, you know, of course they're broken up now for whatever. I don't even know when we're talking about this, but because we have a millennial on the show, we gotta make her happy. Law enforcement, being that this video has now gone viral, this video, Saweetie said, took place a year ago of them having an altercation in an elevator. Law enforcement is now wanting to investigate each of them separately to find out what happened.
Right.
You know, Black Twitter wants to cancel Quavo. Nobody's really coming for him, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, Saweetie's good. She's good. But kind of making her the victim of domestic violence. Let's just entertain our millennial on the show and just ask her what her thoughts are.
Just entertain.
Jer, I just want you to know, Jer, I'm the oldest of the millennium spectrum. Okay.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So you're not alone. Don't be looking at me.
Thank you. You're not.
I'm the oldest. I'm still 82 is still up in there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Beginning. I am the alpha, and she is the omega.
Yes. Thank you.
Everybody take a sip. Amen.
Hurry up. I got Lil Nas X next, so I'm gonna need you to hurry up. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you real quick. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you.
So real quick, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. So I had made a comment about that on the Shade Room's post, and it was Adrian Broder had said something like, "Oh, I stand for Quavo" or something like that, and I had made a comment that said, "I don't know why people confuse toxic and love. There's nothing about that shows love." So I got, positive and negative responses. And it's surprising to me, a lot of the people who are on Quavo's side, and it just shows you how big domestic violence is. Like we see in the video, no, he didn't physically hit her, things like that. And from the looks of it, she was trying to get away. He pulled her close, but we don't know what happened prior to that, and we don't know how many other altercations there was that wasn't recorded. And, I just don't like how people normalize toxic things like that. One person said, "Oh, they just had an argument. Oh, it's not nothing." Like they try to, what I mean? Like, no, all it takes is that little push, that shove before it turns into something worse, So, but I'm glad it's, like I said, we don't know what happened prior to that. We just saw a little snippet, but I'm just glad that she was able to get away before it got worse. You know what I mean? But domestic violence, that's not nothing you should play with at all. Even if it was just a little arm pull or tug or push, that's all it takes is that first. You know what I mean? And then it turns into something else. But I mean, she should be good now. You know what I mean?
Well, why can't he be good too? You know what I'm saying? Men get abused. Men are in domestic violence.
Yeah. But the tape showed that he was beating her, right?
It did not. It looked like they were saying, I don't like doing this. Why am I doing this?
Don't do it. Do it.
It looked like I bet you I get in the elevator first.
Oh, look like they were racing.
They was racing to the elevator.
They're being petty. And then they're being petty, but she's still mad because he was eating off her plate. And so she's like, nah, you know what? I'm going home. And then he dragged her.
Like, I'm out. I'm done.
And here's the thing. My only thing is that I have never play fighted with any man that I've ever been with. They have never put their hands.
No, he hit too hard. It ain't fun.
It made me feel unsafe.
Yeah.
So
that's all it takes.
It was like, I think that's toxic. I think we could all agree that's kind of a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
That struggle love. We don't want that. That's not what we're
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No,
that's not
at all.
That's not cute.
It ain't cute. None of it's cute.
That's not cute.
You know what will happen? There's a podcast that I listen to. I'm not going to say the name, but and I don't listen to it often enough because there's a lot of toxic on there. But what I will say this is that one of the girls, and I love her, but she was like, if my man doesn't grab me up every now and again because I'm talking too much, he don't love me. I was like,
it makes you wonder.
That's crazy.
How
but
their childhood was like.
That's just generation.
Like, how was it growing up? You know what I mean? It makes you think, do they have father figures in their life? I'm sorry, that's how it, because I know I don't want no man like that. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I believe we're following the wrong role models. Right. We don't have, we look, in my opinion, I feel like we look at the Michelle Obamas, I don't know. I can't think of them, but I don't want to say who to copy because no. But like you look at, I like her too, but you don't look. Would you look at her as I would look at her as a role model? But I'm saying younger people, they may not watch the Today Show, so they don't know who to copy. I look at her as a role model,
right?
But they would look at Michelle Obama and say, yeah, but that's a different type of role model.
Yeah, but respect,
like, not a rock star role. Yeah, but they put people in cat. I'm not saying I do.
Let's talk about it. I mean, like, think about Sierra and Russell.
But this generation will look at them as boring.
Well, no. What do they call?
You know what I'm saying?
Here they call him a simp. Is that what these kids are calling it nowadays?
A simp.
Like simping, like these guys that are. Do I know a word that you don't know?
Well, you said you were the later part of the. Maybe you know that one. I don't know.
I'm about to Google that.
What's it called? On TikTok. I'm addicted to TikTok, but
it's on TikTok.
Guys that are showing a lot of
attention
and respect to their women. So there's the Russell Wilson versus that's a different story.
Totally different.
Wilson versus like the Future.
And they like those guys that,
But we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We're saying the same thing. So it's kind of like they put them in a category. If you're going to think something serious or something longevity, professional, then that's who you'll look at. The Barack Obama, the Russell Simmons, the Sierras. If you want something cute, catchy, relative, hot, sexy, popping, then you're going to go to the Saweeties and the Quavos and the Cardi B's and whatever his name is, was Takeoff or whatever his name is. I don't know. Okay, whatever.
Offset.
Takeoff. What's the mama name? I don't know. But
jump off.
You're right. You're gonna look at them. You're gonna look at them if that's what you're looking for, because that's what's praised more than anything. We're praising the Barack Obamas and the Michelle Obamas. We're the one that's like, yo, these are goals for me.
Yeah.
And even though that we see that and say, I don't see them publicly arguing. I don't see them, I see them with class. I see her with class, and you don't see that. That's boring to some people. Kids want excitement. Right. These kids are boring. They're bored. Yeah. They're bored. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm just saying.
I'm all for liking what you like in a relationship and your type in a relationship, but I don't want to negate the fact that, sometimes when it comes to Black women, when we're in an abusive relationship, people think that we can just take it, like she's okay, she's fine, she took it. No, I mean, if the girl was abused, she was abused. No matter if she didn't report. If it looked like he was abusing her, he was abusing her. And it looked like she didn't want it, she didn't want it. But I think sometimes when it comes to us, when we get abused, because I kind of think that if the young lady would have been a different color and they would have been horse playing or running to the elevator quicker, this would have been on the news a whole lot faster, and he would have been underneath the jail. So, but when it comes to us and Black women, oh yeah, she's fine, she can take it because we are strong women. But my goodness, abuse is abuse, and I don't care.
Well, look at Solange and Jay-Z. She was clapping, slapping that dude, and it was like, "That's right, girl, that's right. You gonna defend your sister? That's right." None of that is cute. It's not cute. It's not cute at all.
None of
it is cute.
I was not doing that. I wish that didn't happen. And I'm glad that they're on the other side of it. So
here's another one for the last 5 we could talk about. Another thing I'm gonna need the front and the back millennials to help me with this one. Lil Nas X, is he going to hell in a handbasket or nah?
That was a whole metaphor.
Let me just tell
metaphor. That was the video was a whole metaphor.
But let me just tell you, this little boy is smart as hell. Yeah. Like marketing wise, he's smart because he got folks talking as crazy and weird as we want to call him. That brother is at the bank counting counting coins. He is number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Compilation radio airplay, YouTube play, streaming plays, downloads, 63 million views and counting on YouTube. Spotify, 27 million plays. Top 10 on Spotify's daily 200, top 200, and top 10 on Apple Music's daily 100 chart. That boy is winning. As weird as I think he is, and it's weird because I'm just like, okay, what we doing? But that's somebody's baby. So go ahead, honey, do what you do. Do what you do. I'm mad I didn't think of it.
I'm trying to Google.
Like, hold on, let me.
Old Town Road.
Take this.
Old Town Road. Yes, Sean.
Made a couple of albums since then, but and then it was supposed to be a shoe that he debuted, the Satan shoes. He's gotten some hot water behind it because Nike had asked the judge to shut down the selling of that shoe. And the court granted Nike's request a temporary restraining order against the company that produced the shoe inspired by the rapper, which blocks it from any order. So people who purchased it, because it's sold out, I think thousands of dollars a shoe went.
Well, they're not Nikes? The shoes aren't Nikes.
They're not Nikes.
They're a different brand.
Like so that's what are they? Yeah, they're a different brand.
Yeah. So you bought the shoe. You bought the shoe and won't get the shoe because there's a restraining order.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he has maybe he has a contract with Nike or something. Why would they stop this?
It's nothing to do with Nike.
No, it's not Nike at all. It's not. That's where I was confused. I'm like, Nike's a huge company.
They designed the shoe similar to another shoe.
Yeah.
And I think it uses the Nike symbol or something, and it's not Nike. It's not an official Nike shoe.
And they even said Nike Air Max. So that's another thing that confused them. Nike came out with a statement and said, "We are not affiliated with this. We are," and they're suing the company who created the shoe. Now they're stopping it, like you said, from it being sold.
Restraining order. But here's the thing. It's sold out. These people bought the shoe, and it's not even a Nike shoe. They bought the shoe. This shoe is probably Faded Glory from Walmart, but because Lil Nas X. Where you going, little Jim? Where you going? Where you going, Jim?
Jim and Chuck and all of them got it.
Oh, now we got Chuck.
We got Chuck in there too. You know,
now Chuck is in it.
Jim, Mike, and Chuck. They all got the shoes.
Jim, Mike,
and Chuck.
These are just glorified, like Spencer-esque kind of shoe brand. So they do kind of like these gimmicks. They had a Jesus shoe, before this. So they
heard about that.
They do these kind of gimmicks and everything like that. I don't know how much.
But guess what?
I tell you what,
they got paid.
That's right.
They got paid. They got paid.
Somebody better get on Lil Nas X or whatever. Get on his little thing there and create some shoes or something. I'm about to make something and have him put it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get him for real. I'm gonna make me some weave hair.
All you do is make yourself a video What did you say? You gonna do what?
Get some weave hair and make Nas X wear it. Because it looked like he would probably do that.
His wig was laid.
He had a wig.
His edges were slayed though.
One. They were good.
He had them baby edges.
The back, them baby hairs were on point. I'm like, who do you know?
He had it going on.
Oh.
Yeah. On the pole too. He was on that pole, that stripper pole.
Yeah. He did a pole.
Those boots were everything.
Oh, I just
get them boots.
LaShawn said he did a pole.
So you need to watch.
I just can't see him
on. LaShawn.
Yeah, let me.
Look that up real quick.
I can't see that boy on the pole.
All right.
Dude,
that's
right there.
We really have to pray for our young folk because we will fall for anything except voting. We will not vote for nothing. All right, so we'll fall for some fake Nikes with blood in them, but won't vote.
Won't vote.
Okay, won't vote.
Something's wrong with voting.
$1,000 too.
For $1,000, won't vote. Won't get a job. Where they get the $1,000 from? These are the same people that went to the what's the resort that was a scam? The
job
and Firefest.
Yes.
Same people. That. Big dummy. Anyway, so we got fan mail.
Mike and Chuck got them.
We got fan mail. I need y'all to fill up your juice boxes because this one's a little funny.
I'm ready.
Yo dead baby mama's got to go. Yo dead baby mama got to go. Fan mail coming up. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. And Mahogany Jackson joins us today. Check in. We'll take a quick break. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. Hold tight. Yay. All right. Hey girl. Hey.
Hey.
You got your juice boxes ready?
Yep. We got it ready to go.
Mahogany Jackson, this is the time we read some fan mail, and folks have not hidden behind their words. They are coming all out. Ooh, and it reads, I decided I'd give my boyfriend of 3 months a piece of the cookie since everything between us was going so great. I've made some mistakes in the past with men in my past relationships never really work out. I made sure that this time I took things slow. Okay. I took things slow. Things were going so well. I decided after 3 months, it was time we moved a bit closer. Okay. One night he came over and we started to kiss, and it got a bit hot when he took off his shirt and I saw a big ass face tattoo of his ex-girlfriend / baby mama who passed away months ago. I knew he cared for her and I feel bad for his children that they lost their mother, but how can I be intimate with this man and this woman's face is staring at me? Do I ask?
Wait. Her face be like, let me holler at you.
They're like looking at you, and then if you're in the middle of it and it's bouncing around,
she be doing like this. Let me holler.
It's so wrong. I mean, rest in peace.
Do I ask him to cover up? Do I act like I don't see it? All this time and he never said anything. It's fresh too. Like he never even mentioned it. I just met him when I had just met him when she passed, and we just fell for one another. It happens, right? He was vulnerable, I guess. This is a lot to take in. I don't want this to be another unsuccessful relationship. Is this shallow?
No.
It ain't shallow at all.
It's not shallow at all. And if you're feeling a certain kind of way, step. That's it. If you feel in a certain kind of way, step. I always encourage you to communicate like, listen, bruh, I understand it's very sensitive to you.
Listen, bruh.
But
no, wait, Mahogany. No, we'll be that. We gotta, let me talk to you.
Let me holler at you.
Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you real quick. Let me holler at you.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
It would be just a simple conversation, but if she's not feeling good about it, she's never gonna. Don't force yourself to feel good about it. It'll be me, him, and his ex on his chest.
Yeah. The whole time you won't have to worry about seeing his ex when y'all doing the do, and that's gonna make me uncomfortable. I don't want to see her when I'm.
Or he's gonna make me over because I don't.
That's not gonna turn me on anymore. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna turn my mood down. Like I don't want to, because there's men out there with no X on her chest. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
That's killing me right there.
Just imagine what this picture look like. She like
look like this. She be like this.
She's smiling, or what's the picture look like?
Every time he moves, her face be doing this.
Like this.
Like, I see you on my man, girl. I see you on top of him. Like, woo!
Oh, that's so not cute.
She's just looking at his chest, like sitting
right. And all that, and that head keep
running. Horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's not so uncomfortable, honestly. Just like, you know what? I feel like one thing that us women sometimes do, and I'm going to say a lot of general, but I know not all women do this, but sometimes we hold so tight, we hurt our hands, you know what I'm saying? So we want something to go well so much, so then we suffer, and that builds resentment. She might wake up 10 years from now, and next thing you know, she's got a knife, she's slicing off the skin off his chest.
That's what I'm saying. Wake up to a bare chest.
Wake up to, you know, that, and that's something that small is going to bother her. You know what I mean?
Should she tell him to cover up, or are you saying she should just leave?
No, I don't think she should have a conversation.
Yeah.
Jerry, what did you say?
No, yeah, agree. I would definitely think about having a conversation. Being that that's the mother of his child too, I don't think he gonna cover it. I don't think so.
No. But the real question is, but how good was the night? I mean, is this something that we can look past? Can we get over
Right.
I mean, I think we can get over this.
That too. If it's good, you know what I'm saying? Then
we
may just gotta put a little piece of something, put a towel or something over you each time. You know what I mean? But
we can make it fun.
We can.
You can draw a mustache on her or something.
So you know, put a little whipped cream right on that spot. You know.
I don't know. Well, hey, that's cool.
It's bad enough having a baby mama that's alive giving you some promise, but a baby mama that's dead, that's a different run.
I'm just going to go a little different. I'm going to step a little different with this letter.
Come on,
just a little different, because this is the thing here. So I think it's kind of interesting that she said, you know, they've been dating for 3 months, and she decided to give him a little.
Three months is long for this generation now. Sometimes
right,
they don't
you know,
that long.
So that tells me
almost marriage.
That's right. So she probably would have did it in 3 days, but so she waited 3 months. So you know, she's proud about the 3 months, but that tells me when you tell this whole story about he had just lost his baby's mama, and then you're giving it to him after 3 months. Your 3 months wasn't the 90-day Steve Harvey rule of doing your homework and learning about the person. You were just holding a cookie. You weren't learning anything. You were just holding on to the cookie. So you got what you got because you didn't learn about what he wanted and what you desired.
You could have found out about the chess piece. You could have found out.
He could have told her.
You could have asked the questions. You had 3 months. You had 90 days to ask questions. You could have said, like, do you have any tattoos? That's a question you ask. You mean when you're dating somebody, do you have any tattoos? He would have said, sure, open that up. And you would have saw that girl looking at you like, hey.
Like, hey.
Hey,
here you go.
You know what I mean? You would have shown up, saw that on his chest. So you didn't ask the questions. You just held off from giving the cookie, but not from getting. Yeah, you didn't get any information. No. You were just happy.
It was the It was the senior photo.
Right.
The senior photo, like
I can't with you.
Or like this, how the photo be?
With the double with the behind shadow.
Or look at the window, look like
they like this.
Right. Right. You know what I mean?
With the wings. Ooh, with the wings and the staircase in the back, to heaven.
The RIP. Those are scary. I don't like
don't
that.
Pray about that.
But the whole thing on your chest, you should have known. You didn't have any conversation with him. You didn't spend any time with him to even know this. And if you would have really spent like adequate time with him, you would have known that he was still in his mourning stage over her, because he would have talked about that, because tattoos take a while. You know, I mean, I have some. So
I will say this. I will say this. This, you know, the Z generation, they're getting tattoos on their eyelids and their face. So he might not have thought any kind of way. He wanted to show. And was it his baby's mama or was it his girlfriend who he has a baby with and she passed? Like, what? I need more. I need to know. Like,
either way, this is information.
He's on his chest forever.
You know, it could have been a conversation. So yeah, it's on his chest forever. So his mourning about her, his feeling about her, because you put somebody on your chest from it ain't like mama or daddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was gonna say that. I'm glad you said that.
Back. Never
the same back. Thing. If what was it? If it was his mom. And you know, mama with the church hat.
Yeah.
Looking all judgmental.
The stink face. Get away from
you
my
ain't never good enough for my son. Right. You ain't no good. Ask him to cover that up. So what's the difference between it being the baby's mama, ex-girlfriend, or his mother?
There's no difference. If you have a problem with it on his chest and you're looking at it and it's a problem that you can't get past, you can't get into it,
right.
you guys get into it, then you need to be like, listen.
But there's a different kind of feeling that you have for your mama than you do for your baby's mama. You know what I mean? Like, you want to memorialize your baby's mama. You know, like, you really miss her. So there's nothing that I can really do to get you until you're completely healed of that, to get you to the point where you're feeling that way about me. Especially you do a whole tattoo. She just died. It's just your baby's mama. I get with you, and all I gotta do is keep seeing her look at me like, yo, I'm not.
Can you imagine?
Looking at it from an older standpoint, which is because we have sense. not saying younger generation doesn't have sense. We think of tattoos still as think pieces. This is deep. This is sometimes they just do a tattoo because I want to capture a moment in my life. And it's not a big deal. Some people walk around with like posters on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. So we don't know where his maturity is. But at the end of the day, y'all been dating for 3 months and he didn't tell you about a fresh tattoo?
Because you didn't ask. You didn't ask about anything. You was just holding on. You thought you was doing yourself a service by holding on to the cookie.
You didn't watch that Steve Harvey movie 5 times. You was making sure.
Very feminine, being perfect, and we're like, we'll just
wearing the granny panties, making sure everything was straight.
But not asking the question.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that conversation? Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
That's my baby mama.
In the throes of it, girl. In the throes, he's telling you that's his baby's mama.
That's my baby mama. You know, my baby mama. You know, she died. You know what I'm saying? And I was just, that was my heart. She was my first love, and she the kid. She the mama to my kid. And so I don't know why I got her talking like he a free slave, but
you did.
That's the mama to my children. And, I just want to carry it with me, cause that's just how it is. You know what I mean?
I want my baby
to ride with me.
His mama.
But what if he has a nice chest, like a baby's mama on a nice chest? Not a dude with like man boobs. But he have a nice chest. She'd be like
a nice built, muscular.
Yeah.
20 years from now.
Talk about that. Hold on.
20 years from now, her eyes is like this. But then after a while, when the man boobs come out, her eyes be right here.
It's gonna be drooping all the way.
They be drooping, and while y'all doing it, her eyes be hitting you. Blah, blah, blah.
Coming out of them, and it's just
right.
You don't want it. You don't want it.
Okay.
Your baby's mama is crying.
All right. I just realized that we can't help you, ma'am. We can't help you.
No. We can help you. Sit and have the conversation, and ask him if he's willing to do that. If you think the relationship is going to be a relationship and not just stay a situationship, hello. But if you think it's going to be a relationship, have the conversation. If you can't have the conversation with them because you feel funny or you feel a certain kind of way because you don't want to blah, 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 listen to your gut. It ain't
run.
Keep it moving.
Run. And wait another 3 months and ask some questions and stop giving up the cookie and not asking questions. Just talk.
She ain't give it up yet. She was waiting. She was holding. She was like, damn it.
After 3 months, I'm going to hold on to it.
She's so pissed right now. She is so pissed.
She's pissed too. Can you imagine?
I want men to understand, like, women have sexual urges too. So just because she waited 3 months, it was hard for her to wait that 3 months, and she did it. And then the next thing you know, she got somebody looking at her. and she didn't expect.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap that up. We're gonna get to know our guest a little bit more. We're gonna take this last 10 minutes of this segment and then move on over to the next segment. Talk to Mahogany Jackson, who is a Black woman, a daughter, a sister, a best friend, a soulmate, HR guru, a wellness dealer, aspiring twerk master. Music enthusiast, finesser of nuance, and an all-around the way girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of it. Yes.
All right, Mahogany.
And she's on the back end of the millennial era. So
I am the alpha.
She's the alpha of the millennial. So tell us about yourself. Who you is? Who your people are?
I am a Chicago suburb baby. I came out here. I keep on saying 10 years. I know it's a little bit more than 10 years, but I've been here for 10 years. My mom in my family is from Washington County. So we always traveled back and forth. I'm very familiar with Pittsburgh. So I've been here for the longest time. I've been here longer than I thought I would because I was engaged. And I was going to get married, and we decided to break up. And so I've been out in these streets for 2 years, and I was with them for 6 years. So I had no idea how it was out here. And now that I'm 2 years in, and I'm not as naive, I understand. I think I understand what's going on here. So. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to spread love and light to as many people as I can. I think that's my superpower. And I'm trying to find more ways to do that can make me money, but also that can bring happiness as much as I can to my people, our people, and especially the Black women. So that's like my
right. Well, Mahogany, when we had talked, because Mahogany and I call her. We go to the same Zumba classes, but I call her my instructor because she's in front of me. So, you know, how you watch people in Zumba and if you get off like on a wrong foot, sometimes there's always somebody that kind of stays with the rhythm. So Mahogany does. So I follow Mahogany. I'm like, oh, she's on her left foot. I got to do the left. So there's 2 instructors already in the front, but I follow Mahogany. But Mahogany and I were talking after Zumba one day, and you were talking about your dating and how that has been going. And then you have a new technique or a new thing that you're doing with your dating. Why don't you share a little bit of that with us?
Is this like an experiment?
So what I'm doing with dating is that I have said, like, I'm going to go on 200 dates.
200 dates.
200 dates. Now that's a lot that many people say. So I include a video chat as a date. So, okay, so this can happen, but I'm video chatting everybody before I ever meet with them physically because one, COVID, I need to see how you live. Do you wash your hands often? Like, do you? Wash your teeth? Do you brush your teeth? Like, so before I ever meet you, but I understand that volume. I feel like they need to see me.
That's how I feel. COVID, I need to see who you are.
Yeah, and I know
I'm real about that.
You know, and there's a lot of people like, oh, I want to make it organically. Well, let me just tell you about organically. So 2019, which was my first year out, and not that it was prison, we're still cool. But it was like my first year out, and still, it wasn't like gentlemen were like knocking on my door like, hey, what's up? They were just sitting and staring like creeps, like without saying hello. Here now, everybody meeting each other online. They're a little bit more responsive. You can do some more video chatting, dating, that sort of thing. So my goal was like, okay, I'm going to go as many dates as I can. If nothing else, I'm going to find out a lot about me and how I can communicate. If nothing else, this will be good conversation I can talk to my therapist about. If nothing else, whatever I learn, I can talk to other ladies about, and maybe they could teach me, you know, more about myself and how I'm handling other people as well as men. But also, just a little bit about me. So I was engaged, and I was engaged to a white man. Right, so I was engaged to a white man, and so
he wasn't a Chuck. He was more like a Bill.
Not a Bill. He's more like a John.
A John?
He's like a John. He's more like a John. That John that grew up in the city. John that likes to fight.
So
John
like Chaz Hanks.
Yes.
So
White Boy Summer.
I like him.
White Boy Summer.
Yeah, kind of like that. So,
okay,
ladies, I was doing all right, but you know, and I told myself, you know what, I really want to focus on my Black men. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on my Black men.
God bless you.
I'm not going to date anybody else. Now I'm here 2 years later, and I'm back.
Hold.
I'm back.
All right, just hold right there.
I'm trying.
Hold.
I'm back.
Well, I want to hear about this experiment. I want to hear about this experiment. We're gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
Mahogany Jackson is gonna give us all the tea because she done left Chad Hanks.
Chad Hanks.
She done left White Boy Summer. And she wanted to get to Mike. Now she's trying to find Mike, Jim, and Chuck. And we just need to figure out why. We got to figure out why.
Right.
We got to figure out why. So we're going to take a quick break.
We'll be back to Tom Hanks.
We'll be right back. It's the Hey Girl, Hey podcast. Urban Media Today. Hold on.
Woo. Boom. All right now. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh. Anyway, it's the Hey Girl, Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. We're here with Mahogany Jackson, who joins us, and she just recently ended an engagement. And she was engaged to a white man, which is not a big deal. It's not. I was actually thinking like that just so much interest. I have so many questions about that. But she decided, I'm not going to talk about you like you're not here, but you decided that, you know what, I'm going to see what my brothers are about. My brothers in Pittsburgh.
Big difference.
You could have called somebody. You could have made a phone call. You could have called Jerry.
I didn't know.
Jerry would have told you.
I would have told you all about it, girl. I didn't know. And I really want to, and so so if I'm ever invited back again, plug. I am the unpopular opinion sometimes, and I'm not trying to cause friction. So when I say men, I'm not trying to generalize all men, so no one come at me on all of that. I'm just saying my experiences. So since 2019, so December 2018, I moved out. Here we are, January 2019. I've had 25 dates. Okay, 25 dates. A couple of them multiple. You know, we hung out multiple times and whatever else. And I got to tell you, out of the 25, there was 3 that I would consider having a semi-future, but only one that really, when it came down to it. And they were all in, not just Pittsburgh. It was because COVID happened. You're doing virtual and stuff like that. So Ohio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, wow, Pittsburgh is our culture. The culture here is a different. I love the sweetness of it. I love. It doesn't take much to bring joy here. I love to see it on our faces. I love the Pittsburgh women here. That's what I would say. They're very welcoming. Once they start talking to me, and because I got that resting bitch, RBF.
You're fine. We're grown.
That's why I smile a lot more, so people can understand. Like, I'm funny and goofy. You need to know me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like wine. Like, we can be friends.
Right.
So,
right.
You know. But it's like, imagine this. This is all you see. This is it. This is it. You don't see anything above here, anything above here. So when I talk to the men here, this is all they see. They don't see anything else. So if I want to talk about worldview, anything, politics, what's happening, George Floyd, anything like that, it's like crickets. And I'm not saying all men, but the ones that I have talked to, I can't. It's
they're not there mentally. It's hard.
It's very hard. And listen, I spent some time, and if my actor ever sees this, like we're cool, we're really cool, you know what I mean? But I made myself smaller for such a long time to try to fit into it because I thought I totally get that. Yeah.
I'm
not doing this. I'm not going to tiptoe on your ego or your fragile emotions. We're going to, the stage I am in my life, I just want to accelerate, and I want to bring as many people as I can with me. And I can't go through, I'm working on my trauma work. You work on your trauma work. And when I talk to men in Pittsburgh, I ask a couple questions in our dates, every dates. I ask them, what do they think about therapy? Crickets. Only one out of anybody believed in it. And I'm talking about professionals and blue collar, so it's not all. You know what I mean? Like there's
right.
And then I asked the second question about music, because music's my love. I wish I could sing.
Right.
In the car, but whatever. So I asked them their top 3 R&B of all time male artists, because I just need to know who they are. You already know. Right. You can guess.
I like Peebo Bryson and Luther Vandross.
R. Kelly.
Listen, if they say Luther Vandross, they win. They win. But they normally don't. And
I still like R. Kelly. It's okay. Just the music.
Oh no.
Just the music.
You need to step out of love with.
I still like Bill Cosby. Come on now. Cosby Show still the man. Don't be taking a sip. You know you still be stepping in the name of love.
Don't be taking this sip.
You still be stepping in the name of love. Come on.
Again, if you invite me back, we can have a whole situation talk about the R. Kelly situation. But we can I asked about that.
No. Yeah,
part two next week. Part 2 next week.
Justice issues, like social. If they're just woke a little bit, because you'll be surprised. I always think of, remember Waiting in Excel? You might be too young, Jared. But there's and she's throwing his clothes out, and she's like wearing leather in the summer, nigga. Like she was saying that kind of work. This is the kind of man that has come to me dating, and I'm just sitting here like,
I know.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's a little tough, the dating scene, and I date, and it's been it's been a little tough, and I don't know, I've had a little mixture, because even the older ones, I'm surprised sometimes, like that's so immature, but I see the growth in me too, because there's some things that I used to do that really were immature that I had to change my focus and get myself right, because I blamed a lot on some of the people I dated, but then some of it was just me. And it was really where I should have just thrown my net a little broader and went for something else. And so that was my thing with dating. But yeah, Pittsburgh is an interesting dynamic. I mean, and I guess people, well, this is all really that I know. So I guess people from other cities would probably say the same thing about their city. But
but there's a nuance in any city. I would say our Chicago brothers, I love them. They're gorgeous. They dress nice, but they take it to their make it. So you might go to their house. They got a mattress on the floor. That's it.
Yeah.
In a house, but there might be a mattress on the floor. And again, don't at me. This is my experience.
Right.
That's your experience.
Experience. But I'm hopeful and I'm open to it. If nothing else, it's given me a lot of experience, a lot of laughs. I can talk to my friends about. I nickname my dates, so I have a Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, that's a big dude.
And
that sounds like a dude with boobs.
Yes.
That's a boob dude.
And he was the finest in his mind. You need to come sit on this lap, girl. And then slapping himself on our first date at lunch.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, check.
Like that creeps is just, and they do things that'll turn you off so quickly, the super quick, like this, for example, this one guy who I had met a couple months ago, like on a dating site. I don't know why guys feel like it's okay for them to send nudes to me, especially if I don't ask, but that is the biggest turn off.
Do you know anybody? Do you know any woman who has asked for nudes?
Probably.
I don't ask. I do not ask. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see
Saweetie.
that. I'm so different from this, generation. Saweetie. I don't want to see no nudes. Like, he sent it to me and then I blocked him because I'm like, I don't got time. I know what you about. But
I bet you if he was packing, he'd be like, how you doing?
He actually was though. He was.
To your point, So I work out a lot. So wellness is a big thing. So that was my third question. I talk about, do they work out? What do they do to stay in shape? Healthy mind, body, and soul.
Right.
Like, very big thing for me. So if you send me a gym pic, I'm cool with it. Show me
that's cool. That's okay. Yeah.
Listen, I eat with my eyes, baby. I have an appetite. My erotic blueprint, my number one language is sensual. So sight, hear, smell, all of that. It has to be right. I love it.
It has to be. Yeah, agree.
However, this man thought he was like the finest thing since wine. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't know what to do. I just sat there. I'm like, are you grabbing yourself? Outside, it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. This is John. And I'm like, that's inappropriate. And he was like, oh, you're one of them women. What do you mean? A woman? You know, or one of them females, which I hated.
Yeah, with the female.
The female.
Yeah.
Like, how are
they try to sing,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like that. But on a good note, I've had really good dates that would I had this one guy, I call him Yogi Bear. And for Valentine's Day,
you called him Yogi Bear, and he called you Yogi Bear.
No, he doesn't know they don't know my nicknames for him. But this guy Yogi Bear.
Oh, you call him Yogi Bear? Oh, I said he called you Yogi Bear. Like that's so
what I thought. Yeah,
like I would have fought him.
Sorry. No.
I would have took him on Homewood Avenue, gave him the beat down.
Wow. No. He for Valentine's Day, he was like, do you mind if I get you anything for Valentine's Day? And, you know, gifts aren't my thing, but I'm like, okay. He bought me this big old pink teddy bear. I'm a vegan, so he bought me vegan chocolates, and he bought me this car.
I saw that teddy bear on Bennett and Washington Boulevard by the hooks. That dude in the parking lot be selling those.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Washington Boulevard. Shut up, Sean.
Right there.
I mean, I can't remember. I mean, with my ex, I was with him for 6 years. We were engaged or whatever. I can't. Maybe year 1, maybe year 2, he bought me a Valentine's Day present. But I never had anybody. You know, it's been a long time. And also, gifts just aren't my thing either. So I can tell you sometimes I buy him stuff. So whatever. Yeah, it was really nice and very.
I'm excited when you think about me.
Oh, like we're kind of running out of time. You have to come back next week. Let's just do
I know you have to come back.
Give me a theme. What y'all want? Like at this point, I can give you categories. I can talk. We can have a hotep men dating section. We can go there. We can do a church dating section.
A church dating section.
Yeah, you know,
we're gonna talk about that off screen and get a little bit more into the details of it.
Yeah.
And how we're going to come back next week with that, because that was pretty hot. I mean, I got my little stories too.
I would love it.
I got plenty of stories. Y'all
so Gary got hers, and you know, Kiki's like, well, my man's right here. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be saying all that.
I can't really talk.
He's right here.
He's over here. He's over here in the side, like, say something.
He pokes his head. He pokes his head in on it. Be like, Kiki, can you talk? Wink your eyes.
Wink.
Blink.
You okay? You okay, Kiki? Wink.
If you can talk, blink.
Yeah.
We have to wrap up.
I'm hopeful. I'm not bitter about it.
It's all good.
It's all good. Maybe one day I can have a book about it.
Definitely want you to come back next week, Mahogany, because there's so much that people can learn, because people think that it's so easy out here, and it's not. But at the same time, if you're in a relationship and you're choosing not to go back and be single and go back to dating, you're choosing to settle. And, so there are situations with that as well. And people who are in relationships or in marriages and they just want to be out there, they want to be single, it's not as fun as you think it is. It's not. Everybody doesn't have all the answers. So I definitely want to engage in more in that, but we have to wrap up because Urban Media Today Talk Sports is next. So Mahogany Jackson, thank you so much. Real quick, how can we reach you on social media?
So it's like the wood. All my handles are like the wood. Mahogany like the wood. Okay, not anything else. So that's how you can reach me on Instagram. if you know anybody that can help me with TikTok, please help me.
My son is a beast at it. I'll tell him.
Yeah, he would.
I'm trying to get into the TikTok trend. I'm trying.
Someone help me because I feel like I have really great content. I just don't know how to do it. And my Instagram is kind of dry, but you can go ahead and try it. Again, send me your links. It's Mahogany Jackson on Facebook. Someone that can help me. I need a photographer and I need someone to help me with my social media because it's horrible. My Twitter is dry. I need help.
You getting a whole social media thing. Ooh, go ahead. All right. Well, you got marketing people here.
Yeah,
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah. So we're going to wrap up. I'm your radio chick, Kiki Brown. Go ahead.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn.
And I'm y'all millennial chick, Jerry Tipton.
And I think Mahogany should be Mahogany Chick.
The Mahogany Chick, definitely.
I like that.
Mahogany Chick.
We're on every streaming site from Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor FM, all of that. Just find us. The Hey Girl Hey Podcast online, urbanmediatoday.com. That's usually Jerry Spot, but being that we've run out of time. Also find us at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast at gmail.com if you need to send us any emails. We'll have links there on the YouTube page and also on social media. So make sure you find us there. Okay. You should be able to find us because we're a pretty big deal.
We're a pretty big deal.
We're actually pretty good.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate your time.
Of course.
Thank you, Mahogany.
Thank you.
The Hey Girl Hey
I'll see you at Zumba
on Urban Media today.
This weekend we're doing it. Oh,